What's up, everyone? It's your boy X-Man87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends review video. And what I have for you today is the Avengers Endgame Wave 3 Bro Thor Build-A-Figure Series Heimdall. And before I get into everything, if you could please leave a like rating on the video, it'll show your support on the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, with that said, let's take a look at his accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Heimdall. So Heimdall here comes with his sword, and we've seen this twice before. This is just a different color. The first time we've seen it, it was that 2-pack with Thor and Valkyrie. And as you can see, the paint job on the sword, there is more details here. The other sword came with the eye patch Thor in the Rocket and Adolescence Group 3-pack. And as you can see, the blade on this is a dark black gunmetal type color. So here are the differences between the three swords. I really like this Heimdall one the most. And here's a closer look at the blades. Taking a closer look at Heimdall's face sculpt right here, it looks absolutely amazing. Definitely have that Idris Elba likeness, and if you can tell here, the skin, there's some like black veins going on. You can see it in his cheek, and you can see it right here on his forehead. It's very hard to tell on camera, but you have it on that cheek as well. So it looks really good. I like the eyes for the most part. This one is looking a little bit splotchy. You got the beard right here, his dreads, his hair sculpt came out really good. This cape hinders this side of the arm, but taking a closer look at the cape, you can see it's nicely sculpted. You got this little pin right there holding his cape. I mean, it doesn't, not physically, it's just there for design. And you got these red stitching. It goes all around, but unfortunately it stops right there. And as you can see, the red stitching is not followed through the rest, only on the hood, and it's only 3 lines you get. The rest is just plain. They didn't paint it, and I think that's just super lazy. The coolest thing about his cape is that it serves as a storage for his sword. So right here underneath the hoodie, you'll see that there's this slight gap. So you're just going to take the sword and slide it down like so. And now you can display Heimdall hands-free, and this looks freaking dope. Inside's got some texture, but yeah, not following through with the paint right there. It's poorly executed. And to take off the cape is very easy. Just got to pop his head off, remove the cape, and just plug his head back in. Look at the arms right here. Again, nicely sculpted. And his arms definitely came out ripped. Here's taking a look at his gloves. Nicely sculpted. Here's the other arm, and this is really cool. He has a big gash right there on his right bicep. And again, Hasbro with the blood this year. We've seen so many figures that Hasbro has been, taking liberties and adding blood. And I love this. I mean, it adds some realism. I dig this a lot. And looking down, he's got some taped forearms and taped hands, while the other one is an armored look. He's got this bandolier type of strap going on. It's definitely a new sculpt. I like the shirt. And look at that, more blood. You can see the shirt is ripped. So you got another big gash right there. Man, it's so realistic. I love that a lot. More of this strap that's attached to the bandolier. Some pockets right there, pouches. Taking a look at the pants. This is really nice. I like the paint job, how it's going to a darker shade of red. And these pants, I think they could reuse these for some hand ninjas maybe. This is really cool. It looks like there's a bandage right here going around his knee. On the other side, there doesn't look to be a bandage, but I think that's what it is. And looking at his boots, came out cool. You definitely have some red paint in there, and it looks like some ropes as laces on his shoes. And here's just taking another look behind and all around. I really like it. It's dope. Alright, now to cover articulation. Heimdall's head moves that far up, so really good, and it moves that far down. Left, right, has some rocking, pivoting. His arms move that far up, so that's really good. They move down. He does have a shoulder swivel as well. They move all around. You got the bicep swivel. Great double jointed elbows on this side. wrist swivel, wrist hinge. On the other arm, he has this cut right here on his forearm, but it does not swivel. So I don't know if it's mine. Let me know if that's a thing. And the wrist hinge is up and down for the sword wielding. And he can move this far forward and this far back. And he's got that torso rocker, torso pivot, and swivel. His legs move that far apart. They move that far up, that far back. They rotate, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and no heel to the butt. It's just right there, but it's still good range. Ankles move up that far, down that low, and he has all around ankle pivot. And for some comparisons, here he is next to the eye patch Thor and the Infinity War Thor. Here he is next to the Thor Ragnarok unhelmeted and helmeted version of Thor. Here he is next to the 2-pack Valkyrie and his fellow wavemate armored Valkyrie. Here he is next to Hela and Scourge. Here he is next to Loki, since they both died in the same scene together. And here he is next to the armored Thanos Build-A-Figure. Alright, to wrap things up here, I really like this figure. I would have preferred the armored version. I think we all would have preferred the armored version, but I think that would have required a lot more tooling, and that could possibly be a Build-A-Figure down the line or in a 2-pack. Who knows how they're going to deliver an armored Heimdall to us. But despite not getting an armored Heimdall, hey, I am not going to say no to any Asgardian character. I think it's really cool that we have an Asgardian in a civilian form here. But if it were up to me, I prefer comic book Heimdall, and I would love to see that sometime soon. I think this is worth it for MCU collectors, to be quite honest, especially if you want to round out your Infinity War Endgame saga. I feel like this is a must-buy for MCU collectors who want to round out their Infinity War saga. So, with that said, if you're waiting for an armored Heimdall version, I'd say pass on this guy. Or if you're waiting for the comic book version, pass on this guy. But not to take anything away from this figure, I like the liberties that Hasbro took with putting some blood gashes in there. And let me know what you think about the upper legs being reused for hand ninjas. I could see that happening. Idris Elba is a great actor, and he definitely deserves a lot of love in plastic form right here. Alright, so that was my review. Please drop a like rating on the video, comment, we'll chat about it. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. Link is in the description below. Get your Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 Bro Thor Build-A-Figure series at Big Bad Toy Store. Link is in the description below. Share and subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the pics at the end of the video. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.